My name is Councillor Robert Reid, and it has been a great privilege of mine to be an organiser of the community's annual Cadet Forces Parade and Muster for the past 5 years. And this has been greatly supported by the community and continued a century-long tradition of remembering in Edlington and Old Edlington. Sadly, this year we are all working to battle this tragic virus, and this has meant we've had to reinvent Remembrance this year to keep our loved ones safe and to ensure that the sacrifice of our fallen soldiers is secure, the freedom of the world. So this year we have asked our community to come together and take part in this wonderful film that will show that even in a time of national tragedy, how each of us has continued to remember in our own way at home, helping to keep our tradition of remembrance alive into the future. And we hope that you will cherish this legacy for years to come. When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today.
For the fallen remembrance poem. With the proud thanksgiving, a mother of her children, England mourns for her dead across the sea. Flesh of the flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in cause of the free.
Solemn drums thrill, death, August and Royale, sing sorrow up into the immortal space. There is music in the mildest of devastation, and a glory that shines upon our tears.
They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
They mingle not with our laughing comrades again. They sit no more at familiar tables of home. They have no lot in our labour of the daytime. They sleep beyond England's foam.
But where our desires are, and our hopes profound, for as a wellspring that is hidden from sight, to the innermost heart of their own land they are known. The stars are known to the night.
As the stars that shall be bright when we are dust, moving in marches upon the heavenly plain, as the stars that are starry in the time of our darkness, to the end they remain.
Let us pray. On this Remembrance Day, we come, Lord, in gratitude for all who have died that we might live, for all who endured pain that we might know joy, for all who suffered imprisonment that we might know freedom. Turn our deep feeling into determination, and our determination into good works, that as our brothers and sisters died for peace, we might live and work for peace till our lives end, through the saving merits of your Son, our Saviour Jesus Christ. Amen. Let us remember before God and commend to his sure keeping those who have died for their country in war, those whom we knew and whose memory we treasure, and all who have lived and died in the service of mankind.
don't know if anybody noticed there, but that was the last post on Remembrance Day, and a 2-minute silence. This is a tradition that us in Army did to remember they shall grow not old as us that remain grow old. Time shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. The going down in the sun, and in the morrow we will remember them. That was for everyone in the Grenadier Guards that didn't come home, and for everyone that did come home that has still got mental health issues, PTSD, and still needs help. My door is always open for every single one of you. So, cheers.
Out there. Go. Ready? Go.
Remembrance Day, the inquisitive mind of a child. Why are they selling poppies, Mummy? Selling poppies in town today. The poppies, child, are flowers of love for the men who marched away. But why have they chosen a poppy, Mummy? Why not a beautiful rose? Because, my child, men fought and died in their fields where poppies grow. But why are their poppies so red, Mummy? Why are their poppies so red? Red is the colour of blood, my child, the blood that our soldiers shed. The heart of the poppy is black, Mummy. Why does it have to be so black?
As the stars that shall be bright when we are just moving in marches upon the heavenly plain, as the stars that are starry in the time of our darkness, to the end they remain.
Go. With proud thanksgiving, a mother for her children, England mourns for her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the course of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death august and royal, sing sorrow up into immortal fears. There is music in the midst of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle, they were young, straight of limb, true to the eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted, they fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condone. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them. They mingle not with their laughing comrades again. They sit no more at familiar tables of home. They have no lot in our labour of the daytime. They sleep beyond England's form, but where our desires are and our hopes profound, fell as a wellspring that is hidden from sight, to the innermost heart of their own land they are known as the stars are known to the night. As the stars that shall be bright, when we are just moving in marches upon the heavenly plain, as the stars that are starry in the time of our darkness, to the end they remain.
With proud thanksgiving, a mother for her children, England mourns for her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death august and royal, sing sorrow up into immortal spheres. There is music in the mist of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle, they were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted, they fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember.
Proud thanksgiving, a mother for her children, England mourns for her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh, they were spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death august and royal, sing sorrow upon immortal spheres. There is music in the midst of desolation, and glory that shines upon our tears. They went with song to the battle, they were young, straight of limb, true eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted, they fell with their faces to a foe. They shall not grow old as we left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. They mingle not with their laughing comrades any more. They sit no more at familiar tables of home. They have not a lot in our labour of the daytime. They sleep beyond England's throne, but they were despair and our hopes profound, felt as a wellspring that is hidden from the sight.
To the inmost heart of their own land they are known, as the stars known to the night, as the stars that shall be bright when we are dust, moving in marches upon the heavenly plain. As the stars they are starry in the night of our darkness, to the end they remain.
Mayor, councillors, town clerk, Father Edmonds, residents of Edlington, good morning. It's a privilege being here in Edlington, a place where I spent my early years and participated in this very parade. Firstly, as a cub and scout, and then later with the Yorkshire Main Colliery Band. This morning, as we pause and reflect this remembrance, the Great War, the war of all wars, World War II and recent conflicts, I would like to take this opportunity to remind us all of Reverend David Ralton, a chaplain at the front, who had the idea of honouring the unidentified dead of the Great War. In 1916, he noticed a grave in a garden in Armatrees, which had a rough cross bearing the words, "An unknown British soldier." After the war, in 1920, he suggested that Britain honours its unknown war dead officially. 100 years ago, November 11th, the second anniversary of Armistice Day, the unknown warrior was drawn on a gun carriage in a procession to the cenotaph where King George V placed a wreath on the coffin. At 11 a.m, the nation observed 2 minutes silence. During World War I, the countryside of Western Europe was fought over repeatedly. Landscapes turned to mud, bleak and barren scenes, where little or nothing could grow, with one exception, the bright red Flanders poppy. These resilient flowers flourished in the middle of so much chaos and destruction. The flowers inspired Lieutenant Colonel John McCree, MD, to write his deeply moving poem, In Flanders Field, and so the poppy, the national symbol of remembrance and hope for a peaceful future, was born. A reading now from a sergeant in the Hampshire Regiment, 1918. I suppose that in our life we give our hearts unrestrainedly to very few things. I had given mine to the battalion and bore its 3 stripes on my arm with greater pride than I have ever experienced since. We had worn a proud uniform for over 5 years. For the sufferings, the sacrifice and heroism of a million men of our generation, whose bones lay at the rest across the sea, and raised the prestige of our race to a height never before achieved. And even upon us, however faintly, was reflected the glory of their achievements. We will remember them.
That started off really well. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, left.
thanksgiving, a mother for her children. England mourned for her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free.
Solemn the drums thrill, deaf, august and royal, sing sorrows into the immortal spheres, their music in the midst of desolation, and glory that shines upon our tears.
They went with songs to the battle, they were young, straight off limb. True of eye, steady of aglow, they were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old.
Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn.
At the going down of the sun,
and in the morning,
They mingle not with their laughing comrades again. They sit no more at familiar tables of home. They have no lot in our labour of the daytime. They sleep beyond England's foam.
But where our desires are and our hopes profound, felt as wellspring that is hidden from sight, to the innermost heart of their own land they are known, as the stars are known to the night.
As the stars that shall be bright when we are dust.
Moving in marches upon the heavenly plain.
As the stars that are starry in the time of our darkness.
To the end, they remain.
Thank you so much for watching this film. I've got one more segment for you. I've been meaning to keep this behind because this is impacting. It's one of my good friends, Craig. I'll let him fill you in on the stuff, but be warned, it is deeply upsetting, but for the right reasons. Thanks a lot.
I am 25108103, Lance Corporal Thompson, a veteran of the 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards. Served 15 and a half years in the 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards, leaving due to having a newborn, which I decided was enough for me, stop risking my life and focus on my family. Time in army, I would personally say it's a single man's life. It's like being in a group of 500 brothers. There's always arguments, there's people falling out, you don't see eye to eye, but guaranteed, if you need one of them to have your back, they will always have your back. I've got quite a few close friends that I still keep in contact with. These I'll mention: Rob Dawson, Jeffrey Neal, Carl Burgess. Carl Burgess is diagnosed with PTSD from his time in army as well. Phil Ainsworth, Pete Ainsworth. Mine's gone blank.
It's alright.
And to mention a few more that'll come out in this story. I didn't receive any injuries personally, no. However, I've had to deal with quite a few things and issues whilst I was in army and since leaving. Not saying I've got any mental illness or anything like that, 'cause I don't believe I have. But the things you see, the things you do take the toll on you. For example, you're going to touch on it anyway, but one prevalent to me was a lad called Downsy. He was asleep in the next bed to me back in 2007. We were going out on a patrol, the patrol got stopped, I got taken off the patrol and Downsy got put on it. I got sent to work with Americans. 20 minutes into that patrol, leaving that I should have been on, we found out that the convoy had been hit and Downsy had died.
You okay?
Yeah. Which did take an effect, as in, if I'd never been taken off that, I wouldn't be here now. which does stand out a lot in my mind.
You will do. And I guess you've been, from what you said, the issues you got to deal with, I guess they're flashbacks and all that.
Mainly guilt. Because somewhere along the lines, I don't think that I should have been taken off of that for him to go on. So the guilt is that a young 20-year-old kid, sorry, took my place, and he ended up paying the ultimate sacrifice for it. So there's a hell of a lot of guilt there. Even though it wasn't my choice, it was a choice that was made from higher up, and nobody could see the event coming. But yeah, there's guilt there.
Have you had therapy to deal with it?
Not by an expert, by my dad getting a grip of me and saying, look, give your head a wobble, let's sort it out and move on. It's an issue you couldn't deal with. You had nothing to do with. So get a grip, pick yourself up, honour him by not letting it affect you, and keep on moving. Which seemed to have worked.
You cleaned the cenotaph, was Dan offered by you, or did the council ask?
That was off my own back. From the previous year, last year when we did it, I noticed that the cenotaph was looking quite tatty. So I volunteered myself. I've got my own cleaning company, which is Thompson's Industrial Cleaning Services Limited. So I thought, why not put it to good use? It's a cause that is close to my heart. It gives me a chance to remember, for me predominantly, the 15 fallen Grenadier Guards that we've lost over the tours, and the numerous amounts of Grenadier Guards that were severely injured, loss of limbs, mental illnesses and things like that. It's my way of paying a little tribute to them, which after the actual 11th day, 11th month, 11th hour, 11th minute, I will be doing the traditional glass of port down my neck to say cheers to you fellas.
Well, you told us about a few bad times. Were there any good times?
Plenty of good times. Like I say, I believe it's a single man's life. You get to go places like Canada, Val d'Isere skiing, we've been to Kenya, numerous places. And like I said, Squaddies have got a sick sense of humour. I'll just tap on one of them. There's one at lads who lost his leg, so he's hobbling round camp. One of the senior ranks came out and said, "I don't think you've lost a leg. You still walk and march properly." Like, the lad's got a full prosthetic leg on.
Yeah.
He's gonna hobble, and he bless him, he tried to march the best he could. Which just leads to the sick sense of humour that they've got.
Yeah. With your issues, I know you got a partner and a child. How do they deal with it?
When I first got with my partner Melissa, I was fully in army, and I was never here. I was as a weekend partner, for want of better words. Since Lydia was born and me leaving the army, that created a different atmosphere in the house, because she was only used to, kids were only used to, Melissa and the kids were only used to seeing me during the weekend. Me being here every day brought a different atmosphere to the house, upset a lot of routines, which were quite hard for everybody to deal with at the time, especially me, because I'm trying to come in and put my authority across, my discipline across, and it just wasn't working quite right. So there was a few hard times in first year of me leaving.
This is your little Lydia.
Yeah, this is Lydia behind you. Do you want to go and give a wave?
No.
Being all shy?
Yeah.
She pretends to be shy.
Yeah. Just words for any lads who's basically leaving school, not basically wondering what to do.
Army's definitely an option for every young lad leaving school, and they want to get a good qualification behind them. It's not like in my day where an infantry was for want of a better word, a glorified bullet stopper. Now they've got education, they press quite a lot. Resettlement packages for when you're leaving army, they're a lot better nowadays. The welfare facilities, they're a lot better. Your senior ranks have got more of an idea and understanding for if people have got issues, your mental health, things like that. That's all stepped up another level due to past conflicts and that, and seeing other people going through and other people identifying it. There is an officer, I actually think he's out now, and he's running his own mental health awareness. He's bringing that into Civilian Street as well. His name's Mr. Dorney. If anybody's looking for anybody that needs any training on anything to do with stress, mental health, he's definitely worth a shout. If anybody needs that number, just give me a shout and I'll put you in contact with him. But definitely, if young kids are coming out now and they've got confusion of what to do, where to go, and they want so much as a stopgap, 3-4 years away to decide and maybe retrain, get plastering, electricians, bricklaying, plumbing, anything like that underneath your belt for when you come out. That's all part of your resettlement package now. It just depends on what course you want to choose, but it's definitely an option. It did me no harm. I was going down the wrong way when I was younger, and it turned my life around. So I'd definitely say yes as an option for any young lad or lass that wants to try it.